Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to The Hopping Dead, as I like to call it. Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 3 review. I gotta warn you guys, there will be spoilers in this, because this is a recap, so if you haven't seen the episode, I recommend you watch it first before we watch me. But that being said, I want to jump right into it. Might as well. This is a really good episode. Compared to the first two, which was basically just one giant story, this is the conclusion of that. At the episode 2, we see the Reapers, and pretty much all chaos ensues from that. And I gotta say, it's actually really cool because this season, I didn't know what they're gonna do. And I like the fact that they're actually, adding the Reapers in here, which would never been in the comic books at all. They're new. It's a new element. So with that, so we're going to continue. We're going to talk about more of these guys later on, hopefully in the season. But right now, let's jump into the action. Let's start it off. So we started off right away with basically, it's basically, the Reapers are attacking everybody. People are dying left and right. Even the big guy, he gets killed. The guy who was opening up the door in Subway Train last season, or last episode, he ends up being killed. And it's just a whole epic battle scene. Megan's group, they just escaped the subway tunnels, and they're just being torn apart by the Reapers. The Reapers are just extremely formidable and dangerous foes. Even Negan and Daryl are having problems. Gabriel everybody gets separated in their own way. So basically, everybody they're each their own. This leads we see Maggie running into an abandoned shopping center. It almost looks like the scene from not the Walking Dead, but George Romero's Night of the Living Dead. Dawn of the Dead. Sorry, there's too many of these zombies. They run their course every while. That being said, okay, yeah, she's in there. She's going and she's making their levels, and she's just she hears the zombies, but she can't see them. She's slowly making her way up her flashlight, and all of a sudden, a zombie comes up right behind her and basically almost kills her. She ends up pushing the zombie down through the flight step because she's on the 5th level now. It falls all the way down along with her flashlight. So now she doesn't have her flashlight. It's Cole, so basically, she gets further up, you see that she gets up there. We run into Alden. Alden and Negan are fighting for their lives in the top part of this area. Maggie does kill Reaper. She slashes his leg and throws him over, so he falls down. So we didn't get a chance to interrogate him, which is kind of bad because we got to know about him. And they get up there fighting. Alden's been injured. His stomach is slashed. As they're about to get the advantage on the Reapers, one of the Reapers throws a flashbang, and it just they flee. Negan and Maggie are forced to work together as they help Alden, who's basically, like I said, his stomach is injured. He can barely walk stuff. And it looks like a deep cut, and I'm surprised that his guts aren't falling out yet. But it's not. There's not a lot of blood. Just it's a deep slash, They get him out. They walk through. They have to worry about the whole entire Reapers finding them as they make their way out. Maggie decides, you know what? We can still make it to the food stash if we keep going. And Negan's like, dude, this guy is injured bad. He's not going anywhere. She's like, well, we can make it. Finally, they find the rest of their group. It was Cole, Duncan, and Elijah, and Gabriel, and Negan and Maggie. Those were the people in there. There was one more girl in there, and she's the one that basically said they should have killed Negan back in the subway. She ends up in the middle, as they're going through. She ends up getting ripped apart she gets bit, and then she sacrifices up because the walkers are chasing them because they're trying to get Alden to this out of their area because he's slow. He can't really move them. They finally find a church. They put Alden in there, and they seal the doors in there, and then Negan kind of looks at Maggie. He's like, he's slowing us down. If we're gonna get this shit done, we gotta go. We gotta move. Sunlight is going down. It's gonna be dark soon. And Maggie's like, we can't leave Mike. And Maggie really feels bad because this is Alden is the one that basically told her, hey, you are losing it. And he was starting to agree with Negan a little bit. And we get a little story. He tells about how much, the reason he chose the leave Negan and become, leave the Sabers and join up with her at Hilltop is because she knew what was going on. She made the tough decisions. And he said, the Maggie I see now doesn't make tough decisions. She's scared. She does, but he says that you've always had a heart, and then I followed your heart because you did stuff, because you cared about others. Where Negan, not so much. And I'm thinking like Negan's standing right there, and he's kind of like, kind of trash talking a little bit Negan there. But eventually he said he agrees with Negan and says like, yeah, you got to move, leave me here. And Maggie didn't want to leave him there. And Maggie's feeling guilty because she let the other kid die, get eat apart by the zombies in the train, and all this stuff. She's second guessing herself. Partially due because, well, Negan was the one pointing it out, and I think she's coming to terms with the fact that Negan's right. As much as she hates him, he's not wrong on certain things. So they end up leaving him there, and this is going on as they go to the next place. While this is going on, Carol and Aaron are having a little dispute. Carol wants to go get the horses. They haven't had the horses. The horses are escaped from the attack, so they need horses. They're down on food, and they're trying to get the wall back up. And Aaron's like, he basically yelled at Carol, like, Carol, you're supposed to be helping us. She's like, I need to go out and get the horses. He's like, that's not important right now. Without walls, we're going to when we can defend ourselves. And she's like, well, without food, what's the point of a wall? Carol and this other girl, they end up going out, leaving, and going and getting the horses. Rosita's out there, and they see basically there's the wild horses out there, and they come across one. They try to lasso them, but it doesn't work. So and the horsemen are getting away, run away, and then they follow, and then they're like, well, Carol's like, I gotta go, and Rosita's like, no, Carol, it's not your fault. Don't worry, it's okay. She gives her a hug. Carol cries. She's like, no, because they press forward because they saw the horses. There's on the bank. There's like 4 or 5 horses that are dead, and it looks like the zombies got to them. Ripped them apart. But then again, I'm like, there's still meat on them. I wonder if it was the Reapers. But so I'm just expecting Reapers to jump out everywhere and be like, wah! Kill. And okay, but yeah, so they go through and they come across another group of horses. As they see them run away, as they're about to go back, there's 4 horses that run into the field, and they realize they're headed towards a dairy farm. There's a pen. They can pen them in. They pen them in. But this time, one of the girls, she says, the little girl, deaf girl, she's like, don't lose your lassos, throw them down, throw your ropes down. And they're like, oh, okay. She's like, they're scared. And as soon as they did that, the horses pretty much, they're calm. They're able to take them back to the thing. So they got a win. Aaron sees this as they pull the horses back into Alexandria. Unfortunately, one of the horses wasn't doing so well. So Carol, because we still need food, ends up cutting its neck while it's laying on the ground and draining the blood out, and then she makes jerky for everybody. And what's another cool thing about this episode, you see the girls. You see Judith, you see Rick's son that he had with Michonne, and so 2 other girls. Because the reason they were talking about in the beginning of the episode, we saw them because they're talking about how one kid she misses her mom and stuff, it's like, and Judith said yeah, adults suck, but the thing about my mom, she always comes back and she'll be back. She said, don't worry about these, because Herschel kind of missed his mom too. He was kind of sad. Herschel Jr. So they kind of talk about how parents will lie to them, say everything's be okay when they know it's not. And Judith kind of says well, they say that they're lying to themselves. They're not really comfort us. It's to comfort themselves because they're more scared than we are. So that was kind of cool to see little kids going around because we haven't seen them in a while. give him another older, give him the scene. I think so yeah, that's going on. So that's pretty much the episode. Yeah, yeah, I forgot to mention. There's a scene with Gabriel. Gabriel was being hunted by one of the Reapers, and he was injured. And he goes and he finds the guy, and the guy is laying there, and he takes his mask off. He says, "Preacher, will you pray for me?" It's like, you're a preacher. I know I'm gonna die, but will you pray for me? That's your thing. You're supposed to. And Gabriel kind of looks at him and says, "There is no God," and then shoots him. Yeah, Gabriel is becoming slowly unhinged. I'm worried about what is going to happen to him later in the series. But so, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little review, and I'll see you guys later. And hop along on the Walking Dead train if you haven't.